If you're currently looking for a great sounding USB microphone that's simple to use, but don't want the hassle to study and compare all the specs from a large choice of USB microphones available out there, then a simple solution could be to choose this mic. Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Edward. In today's video, I'll be doing a quick unboxing and going through the specifications of Fifine's Ampligame A8 USB microphone that was sent to me for review. And in case you haven't heard of Fifine, they're a company that makes great sounding mics that can easily match the quality of expensive microphones while offering them at super competitive prices, making them great value purchases. So, hit that subscribe button if you're new to this channel, and let's find out why I think that this microphone delivers such a great value for only $48. Opening up the banged up box, thank you Postal Services, you'll find the Fifine Ampligame A8 packed between two pieces of foam. It's not the most ideal way for protection, but still cost effective otherwise. Along with the Ampligame A8, there is an English manual, a small box containing the USB A to C cable that measures at 2 meters long, and a boom arm mounting adapter with a pre-installed 3/8 of an inch thread adapter, which is really a nice addition as it will save you the trouble from having to search and purchase one separately. Taking a closer look at the Ampligame A8, the body of the whole unit, including the stand, is made from a matte black plastic. The grill and the removable pop filter is made from metal alloy and is quite thin so that they don't add too much weight to the microphone. The stand itself is also made from plastic, but inside the base is a metal piece to help the microphone stand in place when you're using it on your table. Behind the mic is a button to toggle RGB lighting effects, while the mute button is on the top with an indicator LED. Both buttons use capacitive touch to toggle, so that's nice as it will reduce the amount of sound that gets transferred into the mic when you want to mute or change lighting effects. There's also a mic gain adjustment knob on the rear side, which is a strange place to put it as I would have preferred it if it was in the front. Underneath the mic itself, there's a USB-C port and a headphone jack for live feedback and audio pass-through. As for the mic unit itself, it is permanently attached to the shock mount, whereas the only way to remove the microphone from the shock mount is to remove the rubber bands itself, which is quite difficult. Plugging in the Fifine Ampligame A8 to your computer or PlayStation, the unit immediately lights up without needing any software installs, making it super fast and easy to set up and use. As for the specifications of the Ampligame A8 microphone, the A8 weighs at 194 grams excluding the stand, which is very light but still very sturdy. Though, as it contains sensitive electronic parts inside, I do recommend against dropping it or throwing it around. The response frequency of the Ampligame A8 ranges from 50Hz to 20 kHz and can accurately capture sounds across these frequencies. There's only a cardioid polar pattern on the A8, which helps in rejecting some unwanted background noises, but is still a bit too wide for my tastes. As for the RGB on the microphone, the A8 has 4 built-in lighting effects. There's a static mode that you can select from 7 preset colors, a breathing effect, a 7-color spectrum cycling effect, and a beautiful rainbow gradient effect. And of course, if RGB is not your thing, you can also turn it off. Now, for this next mic test part, I'll play 2 short audio recordings from another project. One was recorded with a $130 Blue Yeti USB microphone, and the other with the Fifine Ampligame A8. See if you can tell which is which. On top of our quality commitment, we are also committed to protecting the environment. On top of our quality commitment, we are also committed to protecting the environment. So, were you able to tell which recording was using the more expensive microphone? In case you haven't guessed it already, the first recording is the Fifine A8, and the second one is using the Blue Yeti. Unless you have really well-trained ears, it might be a little bit difficult to tell which is better. To my untrained ears, the Blue Yeti has a slightly fuller and deeper sound with a more pronounced lower end, but that doesn't mean that the Fifine Ampligame A8 does not sound good at all. Both mics deliver very clear recordings that, in my opinion, should be enough for non-professional use. Now, as for how well the Ampligame A8 can reject unwanted background noises, I noticed that the polar pattern on the A8 is actually quite wide. If the noise is coming from directly behind the mic, the unwanted noise will not be that audible. But if the source of the noise is coming from the rear left or rear right sides, it tends to get picked up more like the sound of this keyboard. So that brings me to my usage feedback. Having used the Fifine Ampligame A8 for the past month, I have to say that I'm very impressed with the quality of the recordings from the A8. I even tried using it for a few musical recordings, and the result was quite satisfying as it was able to capture the sound of my saxophone quite accurately. The sound is very clean and clear with no static noises when the mic is no more than half a foot away from your mouth, but when you position the microphone further than that, the sound is still clear but tends to sound a bit more flat. So ideally, it would be better to mount the A8 on a boom arm, unless you don't mind placing the mic between you and the keyboard while you're gaming. As for what I didn't like about the A8, there isn't anything that I would call dislike, but more for a personal preference. I would prefer if the Ampligame A8 had a slightly narrower pickup pattern given the large grills and the open back design, so that ambient noises such as when it's raining outside don't end up in my recordings. I mean, the noise rejection is pretty okay for broadband noises such as the constant PC humming and the aircon hums, as those sounds don't get picked up unless the mic is directly next to it. But any irregular noises such as rain splatters or keyboard switch sounds still tends to get picked up. But in general, it should be fine if you're only using this for online gaming and calls. So yeah, overall, the Fifine Ampligame A8 is an easy recommendation for gamers and streamers looking for a hassle-free and easy-to-use dedicated microphone. Not only is it very budget-friendly, it looks stylish on camera and sounds really good. Especially at $50, this microphone can easily outperform many budget microphones in the similar price range, which is why I think that the A8 is a great value choice for those on a budget. Alright then, thank you guys as always for watching. If you guys have any questions about the Fifine A8, feel free to leave them in the comments below or ask them on my Discord server. And if you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful, hit that like button as it will help this channel a lot more than you know it, and I'll see you again in the next video. Ciao!